Francis Ngannou signed with the PFL. But when will he fight? Who will he fight? Is it a smart move? What is the thing around the deal? All in the video, guys. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum, Dagestan.
After such a long waiting time and people doubting if Francis will even get a contract anywhere, he is officially back.
I'm back!
Francis signed a deal with the PFL, and there's a few interesting things about this contract. So let's get the first one out of the way. Every opponent of him, or at least that's what they say, whoever faces him gets at least 2 million as a paycheck, which is phenomenal. Hey, big up to them. Big up to the PFL especially, because they need to pay that. And I can guarantee you damn well there is no heavyweight in the PFL that is worth $2 million. Trust me on that, please. So that will maybe even make other heavyweights thinking, hey, like if I'm a UFC heavyweight right now, that is, I don't know, let's say a Volkov. Volkov is a guy who probably will never be UFC champion, but he's a very successful and good martial artist. And in my opinion, better than the whole PFL heavyweight roster. Why should I not? Because I think Volkov probably gets like, he had a lot of fights in UFC. Let's say Volkov probably gets like 120 to 150 per fight. Show up and maybe win money another 100K or something. Just estimated, but that would make sense if you look at other salaries of heavyweights in the past. Why not go over to the PFL? I'm sure they will take him and fight Ngannou, because I think Volkov beats everyone on the PFL roster other than Ngannou. And yeah, Volkov most definitely loses against Ngannou, but hey, I'll lose to Ngannou for $2 million. He can knock me out for $2 million, no problem, brother.
No problem, mate, yeah? No fucking problem.
I could see that, so that's kind of smart by the PFL as well. But at the same time, it's kind of stupid, because if no one comes over, there is no way in this world. Like, Ngannou is a good fighter, a big name, but he's not a Conor McGregor. Ngannou will not bring in the revenue on a pay-per-view to make out his salary plus the 2 million for his opponent. I don't think that will add up. But we'll see. Good for them. Ngannou gets a lot of money. I don't think it's out there how much he makes, but he definitely makes a fortune. Good for him. He has the sponsors on his shorts. Good for him and everything. He has all the things he wanted to. He can box. All these things, like honestly everything he wanted to. So big up to him, man. At the end of the day, he got what he wanted. Another interesting factor is that he's on the board of the PFL, I think now. So he has a lot of talking points where you can like decide stuff with them. You know, he's kind of a leader of the PFL somehow now. Plus, they will push PFL Africa now. He will be like the head or something of UFC Africa, because he said that they want to have a whole PFL Africa organization, kind of, where they always hold events in Africa with African fighters and all these things. Okay, why not? Cool, man. Honestly, the only other organization that does that is Kamaru Usman's organization. I think KOFC or something. Cool. Good for PFL, good for Ngannou. And the big question is, when will Francis fight, right? Francis will not fight MMA anytime soon. Because Francis, in his contract, has, and that in my opinion is a small problem for the PFL, that he can box whenever, whoever, however, and the PFL will even help him there. I don't know. Like, he will most definitely box now this year. I don't know who. I still have Dillian White in my head, because I feel like all the other guys are matched up. But we'll see. I mean, Josh will be nice, Fury will be nice, even though he loses against them. I can guarantee you that, but why not? Make some money, make a paycheck. Good for him. He wants that, so big up. But if Francis is allowed to box whenever he wants, you have the risk as the PFL that Francis will just say, okay, I'll box now, let's say in December. And then he said 2024 he wants to do his MMA debut for PFL. Then he does one fight in the PFL against a bomb, because I will get to that later. They don't really have a heavyweight division. Fight a PFL guy and then go back to boxing. So you have a guy that is half the year is gone for other things that don't give your promotion any money. The PFL doesn't earn money from Francis boxing. I haven't seen a contract, but I don't think Francis would agree to that. You know what I mean? So the only money horse you have at the moment, the biggest name you have, is not there for you the whole time. Because he says himself, he prefers to box. Boxing is his real dream. So I don't know about that, how smart it is by the PFL. The PFL should hope that Francis loses in boxing probably, even though his stock will probably go a little bit down, but that he does want to chase it too much and stays in the PFL. But the problem that I see is the PFL, or the weak point of that deal, in my opinion as a fan, is like, yeah, you have everything you got now. Big up, Francis. But you are in the out of all the organizations, even BKFC, Bellator, ONE, the PFL is by far the one with the worst heavyweight roster. There is no good heavyweight there. And yeah, you'll say, oh, what are you talking about, this and this and that and that? Bro, one of the best heavyweights in the PFL is Maurice Green, who got kicked out of the UFC because he lost all his fights. Maurice Green is a good fighter. Maurice Green is in the team of Jon Jones. He helped Jon Jones for Ciryl Gane. Maurice Green is no bomb. The risk and the reward. What happens if he beats a Maurice Green, or I forgot what the name of the champion is there. If he beats one of these guys, what happens to him? Will anybody be like, oh my God, he's the GOAT, he's the best heavyweight ever, look, he knocked this guy out? No, everybody will be like, okay, nice knockout, cool highlight, but who the fuck is that guy? The guy that you knocked out, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know about that. And if he loses, bro, just imagine Ngannou gets knocked up on Maurice Green, bro. Ngannou's stock is down here and the PFL loses a lot of money because no one will tune in anymore. But hey, cool by the PFL that they always try to improve, make special things, special contracts and all these things. Cool from them, but it's definitely the weakest promotion Ngannou could have gone to in terms of the fights that are possible. And now saying to Jon Jones, cross the street, bro. Why in the world should Jon Jones go to the PFL, bro? Come on. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Ngannou has a nice contract now for him. I hope he's getting paid a lot. I think he gets paid a lot. Good for him. Hope he makes a lot of money for his family, even though he has a lot of money already. But all the best to Ngannou, all the best to the PFL. I hope they have some success with it. I just have to say I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Unless they get any other fighters, high-level fighters from other organizations to the heavyweight division, the PFL, this will be a little bit of a boring journey, in my opinion. But write your opinion in the comments, guys. What do you think about the PFL deal? What do you think about all these details in the contract? Write it all in the comments, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, boys. And most importantly, that you can get paid a lot of money for boxing. Eat your fruits and eat your vegetables. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.